So welcome back guys for another Anime Vanguards update video. Today I wanted to talk about Anime Vanguards update 1 and when it is going to be releasing, since it didn't really release this week, which is when most people expected it to be. So we're going to talk about when it's going to be releasing and the update schedule of Anime Vanguards as a whole. Now if you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to like and subscribe, because at 35,000 subscribers I'm going to be giving away a bunch of these stuff right here, such as VIP, Premium Pass, and a bunch of these. So if you want to be part of it, all you have to do is like and subscribe and join our Discord down below in order to be part of a lot of these giveaways that we are going to be doing. We also do AnimeDefenders giveaways, but mainly Anime Vanguards is, I know, what you guys would probably want. So subscribe and let's move on with this video. So, the official update schedule of Anime Vanguards when I asked one of the admins was actually 1 to 3 weeks. That's what they said. So here is Sailoran, so one of the admins on Discord, talking about the update not being delayed. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because they have mentioned that their update schedule is going to be around 1 to 3 weeks. That's going to basically be the time frame that they're going to be expecting. 1 week being the earliest, 2 weeks being the middle or the average, and 3 weeks perhaps being the latest when they could be releasing an update. So it's only been around 2 weeks since the last update, which was update 0.5. And speaking of update 0.5, it actually did release with a ton of bugs. However, it is claimed by these developers that update 0.5 took less than a week. So right here, which is on the sub-announcements of Anime Vanguards, Paisap said, "Sorry for the bugs you guys experienced. We only spent a single week on this update. Lots of sleepless nights were involved just to release on time, and even then, it ended up a bit rushed in some places. We will take time with future updates and make sure they're a much better experience for everyone. We can't wait to show what you guys want in store next, or what's in store next for the game." So right here, they did confirm that update 0.5 took less than a week. So I'm assuming that right now they're already working on update 1, because here is again another announcement, or say sub-announcement that they did share. So this is me talking about why they're not talking about why they're not talking or communicating about update 1, even though they're probably already working on it. So right here they mentioned, or FISEP mentioned, a lot of people have been complaining about a lack of communication, no schedule. This is actually a concern that was brought up by a lot of YouTubers in the YouTuber chat, which is probably what led them to have or start this conversation. And apart from this, there's probably a lot of people that are already complaining about why they're basically not communicating, because unlike other games like AnimeDefenders, where the community owners like Forbrad and all those other developers and owners are communicating, in Anime Vanguards, they don't really communicate that well, or they purposefully do not communicate, and the reason is this one right here. So why is there no release date for the next update? So a few months ago, we gave out release dates for May, June, and then July. We never met any of those expected release dates, so we want to be really careful and make sure we can 100% make that date before saying anything. Which usually means we'll only give dates or updates when we're close to completion, like with our 0.5 update. I think you guys agree that waiting a little more is better than getting told a release date and then us having to cancel it. So basically, this means that even though they're probably already working on update 1, they're not yet close to completion because they haven't given us a release date yet. Okay, well, why don't you sneak your future updates at least while we wait? There's 3 issues with this. So they said they want to build up hype before an update, same way as AnimeDefenders, which purposefully kept quiet. So I don't really know about this, because from what I've heard from other content creators, AnimeDefenders actually sneak their updates or their units with gifts and some other sneaks. So I don't really know about this. And number 2, we've had a lot of other games stealing our gameplay ideas, probably referring to Copy Defenders or AnimeDefenders. And if we do post sneaks and updates, people will move the goalposts further and argue about how we don't update fast enough, how we don't sneak enough, etc, etc. It's an uphill battle. And I think this is where they kind of lost me. The third point that they made on how if they do give update dates and how they do sneak, people will still be complaining. Well, that is kind of true. People will still be complaining if you do give a release date or if you do give a sneak peek. However, the thing is, if you don't give a sneak peek nor a release date and just decide to stay quiet, I think it's going to piss a lot of people off and give the impression that you guys simply do not care about the community. Now, I'm not saying that the Anime Vanguard developers do not care about the community. They certainly do care about the community. Paisap, for one, is actually very active. Sailorenzo, one of the admins, is super active as well. Sailorenzo and Paisap are ones that I actually see being very active. But I think this right here, when they say that they're not going to be posting sneaks because other games copy it, I think it's still kind of just a bad decision because again, like people will copy these updates, right? People, if they add something good, other games will probably be copying it if they perform well, because that's just how these games will work. And in the process of trying to keep their updates secret, they're kind of screwing over the community by basically not giving the community anything to work with. So for example, after an update, they'll probably just be leaving us hanging and not having anything while we're waiting for an update, which I think is much worse than getting your updates copied, quote unquote, because me personally, I would probably rather them be communicating more with us, sharing sneaks and also giving update release dates, instead of, you know, trying to avoid all these other problems. To kind of summarize my point here, basically my point here is they will get haters no matter what, but at least when they communicate their updates and, you know, not even communicate the release date, but just tell us how well the update is doing. Like for example, is the update close to being finished? Is it 50% finished? Is it 80% finished? Or is it 100% finished and they're just waiting for a certain date? That's what people would probably want to hear. They don't need to, like, for example, say out loud the release date. They just have to communicate how well the update is doing, and they don't really need to even give a release date, right? So that's basically just the point I'm making here. Is the maximum time it could take for this update to release is going to be after the boss event ends, which is 6 days, 6 hours, 31 minutes, 59 seconds from now. I think they probably purposefully timed this boss event like that in order to give us maybe the next release date. Now this isn't confirmed, but this is probably the most likely next release date for the update. 6 days, 6 hours, 31 minutes from now, which I think is not that much of a wait anymore. In terms of what's getting added, they said right here, there's no second half of the update. Update 1 will be a full update with new gameplay mechanics that affect every existing unit, which I think is a hint at the double trait or the sub-trait mechanic that they already leaked a while back. I think it's definitely going to be sub-traits. So sub-traits probably confirmed to get added for update 1. On top of that, the new units, Jujutsu Kaisen is very likely, S-Det and Akame ga Kill is also very likely, but for now, that's pretty much it for update 1. The release date, again, as I've said, is probably when that boss event timer runs, which is sometime around next week. Now, to end this video, first and foremost, I would like to appreciate them already talking about these issues instead of keeping quiet. Other games, like for example, Blox Fruits, the developers there literally just keep quiet about everything and not talk about anything. Here, at least the developers are talking about why they're not giving sneaks, and in my opinion, to be honest, their reasons that they did give are kind of weak, but I think it's still kind of valid. Like for example, other games copying their mechanics, I think it's pretty valid. However, the weakest one that I think they have right here is, you know, people moving the goalpost, because people will be hating regardless of whether you sneak or not. But at least if you know give sneaks and, you know, give update schedules, people will at least appreciate it, even though there will still be some haters. But again, all of their points right here are, in my opinion, still valid. So before I end this video, what do you think about, you know, this issue right here? The developers not updating enough, or the developers not communicating enough? I'd like to see your thoughts in the comment section down below before I end this video. I just wanted to say that. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.